Do you know what's great? Riding.
Now that the memories had stirred, Father Armand seemed eager to tell his tale. He explained how the Huns, like the other barbarians, had a style of warfare dramatically different from the ancient Romans or my own Franks. The Huns would charge as one group, often firing arrows as they came, and then suddenly retreat again. For the nations of Europe, who were used to forming up lines and columns
Nations
and
of
even
Europe?
issuing challenges
What year
for
are we
personal
in?
combat, this was an aberration. They were unable to comprehend warfare in this manner.
This would not bite them in the butt later with the Mongols.
Barbarians did not
Oh,
conquer
wait.
lands. They did not try and hold and colonize the cities they attacked. Instead, they ravaged and pillaged and took their loot back to their camps. By that time, there were two Roman empires, the government having decided that the Roman lands were simply too vast for one city to manage effectively. Attila and the Huns began a series of raids into the Eastern Empire.
So that's what we gonna do. Raid the Roman villages. Once you have resources to build a forward base, do that. And then we defeat the Romans by destroying their town center. Population limit of 75, so real low. And each of the small villages will give us something special. And then just raid, we don't need to actually wipe them all out. So we have a big old army of cavalry. The Romans are to the east, and the other villages each have stuff, and they're all just hanging around.
The Eastern Roman Empire is fielding their army. We must hasten with our raids so that we have enough resources to train our own army.
So it doesn't really matter which order you can go in. You can start by going, well, first, oh yeah, compared to Age of Conquerors, the Sophians have way more men-at-arms. However, that does not matter, because they're idiots.
Here town center with our Tarkans and see what loot we may find.
Anyway, essentially all of the towns that you're going to raid are... they're in a big circle, so you can either choose to go directly to the right, and then you'll run into Nisus first, and go to Sophia last, or vice versa. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, just trying to snipe whatever villagers we can to minimize how many that can jump in the town center. Some changes they made is they made all of your enemies, except for the Scythians, who are not your enemies anyway. Everyone else is Byzantines, which makes sense because we're raiding the Byzantine Empire. They used to be a bunch of different random civs. Like Sophia, I believe, used to be Franks. Nisus was Goths. Dyrrhachium was Teutons.
The Scythians had much food stockpiled in their town center.
So yeah, we'll get some amount of food from them. Next is going to be Dyrrhachium. Don't know which city that became. That's obviously the Roman name. It probably became some other city in southeastern Europe. Sofia is obviously the capital of modern Bulgaria. Don't go that way, because there's a big onager over there, so, you know, don't do that. Thessalonica became Thessaloniki, which is a big city in Greece.
Remember this place. They took several of our raiders prisoner before. We must rescue our Hun brothers held at the castle before they are executed.
Oh yeah, Dyrrhachium used to only have like a few spearmen. Now they actually have pikemen. Pikemen! Well, what's... Don't be stuck! Oh man. Let's not suffer any more losses than we have to. I mean, I could have just run around all day microing with the cav archers, but, I got stuff to do with my life, man. Anyway, and Dyrrhachium, you have to, go and, get some prisoners. They don't have any villagers near their town center, so you don't have to worry about running into it. So, let's bust them out! Jailbreak! Oop. Alright, run away! I suppose they're no longer Teutons. They used to be Teutons, and would have murder holes researched. I don't know if they still have murder holes researched, but yeah, it used to be a thing, so you couldn't just sit under the castle and kill it. Anyway, next will be Thessalonica, or Thessaloniki. They have a monk, so we're going to send in the Hussars first, who have the conversion resistance, and then hopefully not get converted. And they just have some archers, other than the monk.
Huns do not need houses. Let us burn these to the ground and take these villagers with us.
There we go. And like everyone else so far, they just have a little bit more to offer than back in Age of Conquerors. But it's still not enough. It is not even close to enough.
The locals speak of wild Scythians that dwell somewhere nearby. We should be cautious.
We'll get to them, don't worry. An actual gameplay change they did is back in AOC, you had to have one villager that would be guaranteed to spawn over here, and then the rest would just be transferred to you. But that sort of like disincentivized you. Wait, are all of them neutral? No, it's just Thessalonica. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure you don't get their villagers anymore. Like, you get like, I think 4 villagers spawned every single time. So it's like, it's not dependent on whether you accidentally killed some villagers or not. But I still don't know why you're just not set to enemy with them. But yeah, we'll get to the Scythians. Worry not. Try and give you guys everything that these scenarios have to offer.
Now these peasants will do
Oh,
our
wait.
bidding.
You do
Let
get
us find
their
a suitable
villagers.
location to establish our camp.
Huh. I wonder if that was changed in the last update, because I remember not getting all their villagers and just getting these 4 that were spawned. But yeah, now we have 10 villagers, which is pretty nice. Anyway, you don't need to take down that random market. Also, this general area, you can see there's plenty of gold over here. There's plenty of food in the form of these deer and wood with this big old forest. So this is going to be the general area where we're going to put down our town center once we get some wood from Nisus. Adrianople only has a couple monks. So again, sending in the Hussars.
The gold mines of Adrianople
What? No, go
deserve
for the
to be
monks.
plundered. Let us destroy all of their mining camps.
Ugh. Whatever. So yeah, we'll get some gold and maybe some stone. I don't remember if we get any stone from them. But yeah, these guys don't really have a whole lot to offer. Adrianople became Edern? I don't know how you pronounce it. In Turkey, modern day Turkey. Became a very important city for the Ottoman Empire.
Roman gold. There is no other
Rip
metal
that Tarkin.
shines as sweetly.
We'll just take down these towers. Because eventually we're going to be putting some forward buildings here, and I don't want these towers killing my random villagers. Bloop. Anyway, the Roman fort is over here, so don't run into it yet, because you'll die a very painful death. See, this torch here and this trail of dead bodies will lead to the Scythians. Again, we'll get to them once we take down Nisus.
Beyond this moat is the Roman fort. We should avoid it until we are ready.
Yeah, don't worry, we're not. Anyway, Nisus is like the biggest pushover of them all. They don't even have an army. I think they have a tower
The town
now?
of Nisus produces the best lumber
Yeah.
in the region. Let us take all that we can by destroying these lumber camps.
Yeah, Nisus didn't even used to have this tower. Like, they literally had nothing to defend themselves. I don't need to kill the villagers. Just the lumber camps. There's 4 of them here. Then they will be giving us some wood. Nisus, I have no idea what it became. I think in the outro they even say we completely erased it from the earth. I don't know if they didn't just rebuild it, or what happened to it. I don't know. I only know so much, man. Then we'll send...
We have captured all of Nisus's lumber.
I think you will always get 900 wood tributed. Anyway, let's go ahead, build some town centers. Just a couple, since we are only going with 75 pop. Now we'll check out the Scythians. Well, we only need to send 1 unit. Congratulations, Mr. Hussar, you've been conscripted. I always thought this was so cool. Like, it's just like the torches in this trail of dead bodies. Like, look at this.
You are most foolish to trespass here. If you bring us 6 of your villagers, we will make it worth your while.
Yeah, this is always like super creepy to me as a kid. It's cool though. Now that we have a base, we must train many riders to withstand the Roman attack and then go on the offensive.
So yeah, we'll give them 6 of our villagers, and then, well, we'll get to that. I mean, we could have sent them 6 villagers, like, right now, but we do need to build an economy. So, we'd rather send the villagers when they are... when I have more at home, so they don't represent as big of an economic loss. So we just have all these deers that we can... Deers? Deer we can take. English is my first language, fun fact. I know it might not seem like it most of the time, but it is. Come on, Mr. Deer, you can't just walk under the town center and not expect to be shot. In fact, all of these deer are bucks, because they got the antlers, making me seriously question as to how they planned on repopulating. Come on, Effie. This is not what a herd of deer would look like. I don't even know if deers are in herds. Anyway, we're just kind of destroying the rest of Adrianople, not because it really matters, but Roman fort's right here.
The Roman fort with too few soldiers. We will surely die.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to station a hussar somewhere around here, because the Romans will attack you at some point, and I'd rather not have my entire army out of position when that happens. 21. I got a lot of hunters. It's like we have a hunter times a hunter times a hunter, or a hunter x hunter. Ha! That's an anime. I haven't seen it, but I know it. It shows I'm with the kids, and they're hippin' happening references. Anyway, now should be fine in terms of sending some villagers over to the Scythians. Oh yeah, we'll send a Tarkin to go claim our reward. Let's get this guy. So let's start mining some gold. You don't have to worry about, like, Dyrrachium attacking you or you know, anyone else. Dyrrachium is just the most intact. Wait, what? I thought did I only send 5? I don't think the Scythians will appreciate it if I try and cheat them. In fact, that sounds like a terrible idea. Women are crazy. Have you seen all those corpses? Sane people don't make those huge piles of corpses. I mean, at least usually. Obviously villager counts are always going to be, like, subjective to some degree, but I like getting around 44 when you have a 75 pop limit. 44 might seem like an incredibly exact number, because it is, but that's because all of the campaigns back in... Am I now sending 7 villagers? Ah, I'm an idiot. Back in the day, like, almost all of the campaigns had 75 pop limits, so... That was the number I came up with after lots and lots of years of playing these campaigns. Okay, one other idle villager somewhere. Here he is. So once you give these ladies the sacrifices... I mean, they're not actual sacrifices, they just make them chop trees.
Your reward waits in the clearing to the north.
So what's it gonna be? What's our present? What's it gonna be? Oh yeah. Get some Mangadai, get an Onager, and get 3 capped rams. Remember, we're stuck in the Castle Age, so getting some Imperial Siege is quite nice. And this is actually one of the larger points of difference compared to AOC. Because back in AOC, you used to get what was it? Just like a bunch of petards and hunting wolves. Which was kind of weird, because it overall wasn't an especially useful army, but it did let you cheese this scenario, because you just sent in the petards and they just took down the town center instantly. So it's kind of weird where they are giving you a worse, like they're giving you a better army, but it's kind of worse in terms of like cheesing the mission. I don't know. I think it's a good change. Anyway, just gonna make some sort of conglomeration of cav archers and knights and whatnot. Oh, here are the Romans. Bloop. Uh-oh. Not the happy siege units. They're very happy. Oh, really? You gotta micro like this, AI? Anyway, kind of stopped that attack. The Romans aren't super tough, but they're also not complete pushovers, so you do need to, you know, prepare something of an army. Let's just get this blacksmith up. And I mean, we're already almost pop capped. Might as well just start our attack now. Come out, wherever you are! Oh crap, they're going for the Onager. No! This guy is irreplaceable! Well, that went well. Unfortunately, unlike the Mangudai in the last scenario, these guys don't benefit from upgrades, which is why I'm not especially concerned with losing them. Oh, well, there go the cap rams. LOL! Like I said, these guys aren't complete pushovers. So we're just gonna get a bunch of rams and other various units. You guys know the Hun drill. Just kidding, that's a Mongol tech. Lol. Oh yeah, I do need a university for ballistics. Yeah, the villagers we sent the Scythians are just chopping trees all game. Also, since we just have a little bit more downtime, I am recording this from home, as I am home for the holidays. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing... I'm home, but very briefly. I'm going to be going to Michigan to see some family around Christmas. Currently I'm in Illinois, in case you guys don't know where I call home. Come on, rams, forward! Wait. Oh wait, that's a Roman ram. Whoops, why wasn't the ram doing anything? Is it DE being dumb? Nope, it's just the enemy ram. Unfortunately, we're in a position where we're not entirely sure one way or the other. Well, the whole tiny little bridge here thing is a bit annoying, but you know, we're making it work. Don't focus the rams. I need them to destroy you. But once again, our primary enemies here are walls and towers. If you really want to feel like going for Harkins or getting a castle up or something, there is some stone. It's like over here or something. I'm just not especially concerned with it right now. Yeah, Byzantines do have a castle. Gotta watch out for that. Forward? Forward, please! And they just have a pretty generic little fort here. Remember that you just need to destroy the town center. You don't need to destroy the entire thing. That's why I'm just sending the rams right over. Let's just actually focus the town center with our army that we trained. Because, yeah, that's a lot of arrows. No! Attack the town center! But yeah, it'll be dead soon enough and then we'll win. Yeah, this scenario is kind of neat because you got to, you know, live the Hunnic dream of doing all the raiding.
I fear for the future of the Empire.
Yeah, you probably should. Huzzah! So, yep, that was the scenario. Here's the Mediterranean Sea all the way down here. Not sure what this river is. Anyway, here is Dyrrachium. Here's the Onager I warned you about in the beginning. So, yeah, don't run into that. There's some stone here. I thought there was some stone around here. There's some gold over here if you want that. Oh, whoa. Holy stone. There's a ton of stone over here. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
The Roman city of Nessus was erased from the earth. The Huns so devastated the place that when the Roman ambassadors passed through to meet with Attila, they had to camp outside the city on the river. The riverbanks were covered with human bones, and the stench of death was so great that no one could enter the city. Many cities of Europe would soon suffer the same fate. The ambassadors that the Romans sent to Attila concealed an assassination attempt. Somehow, Attila knew of the attempt on his life and sent the terrified assassin back to his emperor with the gold he had been paid to do the deed in a sack tied to his neck. Following such a demonstration, the Huns had no difficulty convincing the Eastern Roman Empire to start paying them tribute, protection money to stave off the inevitable Hun invasion.
Huns were the 5th century mafia. Anyway, here are the statistics and all of their statisticness. Anyway, that will be the Great Ride, gold medal earned. Next will be the Walls of Constantinople, and that will be next time. See you guys then!